It's a shame you won't be joining us, Mr. Bond. But you are just in time for the intro. How's it going, guys? And welcome back to another episode of Trailmakers Creations by ThatDomGuy. I see you guys have enjoyed that UFO video. If you haven't seen it yet, making a UFO engine, click up here and you'll be making one yourself. It's pretty cool. They're fun. It's a fun thing to experiment with. I want to thank all the new subscribers as well. Thanks for clicking and joining. Hope you're enjoying the content. I will have lots more coming. So today we're going to be taking a look at the things that I built with those UFO engines that inspired me to say, hey, I bet you somebody else wants to know how to do this. You should show them that. Show them that stuff. Yeah. So this is the first thing I built recently. This is the Psycho Sled. This uses two inverted hovers, two UFO engines, and my the sideways skis, zero friction. I don't know if that's a glitch, a feature, a bonus. So we jump in it like this, and again, controls real easy, 1, D, and A. So basically you steer, and number 1 makes you go. So we'll hit number 1 and see, oh, you're doing 400 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. And of course, speed is no good without control, so we can, of course, steer. We get the old rainbow maker in the back there just to leave a nice long trail. It actually stays longer than any of the other exhaust parts, rainbow trail, so it's fun to try and catch your own rainbow trail tail. Trail tail? Is that a thing? Yeah? Let's see, it's like right there. It just disappears just as I get there. And again, I could tighten the steering, but then I'd probably end up in the rhubarb, and that's no good. So yeah, we got flames on either side. Rainbow maker in the back. The skis are slightly on their side. They're on hinges. They get about 10 degrees to the ground, just enough to lift you off the ground. And away you go. So this is basically built for playing tag in here in the test zone. There's nowhere else really that you can use this thing. It's just too damn fast. But yeah, you get 3 or 4 of you in here, even more playing tag. Easy to find where people are because it's leaving the big rainbow stream. That is super fun. And again, I'm not taking advantage of the glitch to the point where, you know, I don't need to be breaking the sound barrier, because there's not a lot you can do at Mach speed other than just zip around like a housefly by yourself, which is no fun. No real control per se. So I'd rather use it for high-speed things like this, where we don't need super amounts of thrusters. We can be nice and light, nice and fast, without needing all the extra thrusters and complexity. So yeah, that's the Psycho Sled that is available on the shop. And let's go to our water map and see what we got for you next. Alright, so here we are in the Treasure Island map with our next build. This is a hovercraft, believe it or not, using a single UFO engine and 2 hover pads underneath. That's it. One in the front, one in the back. And we have stabilizers in there. And this thing actually, for being on 2 hover pads, is actually quite nimble on the water. Where it works best. Again, it works really good in the test map as well, but on the water is definitely funner. Well, let's hop in and see what it does. Again, super simple controls. A and D for steering. Number 1 is hang on to your shorts. So we'll be doing 300 miles an hour, 340, 350, 360. And you'd think, okay, as soon as you go to turn, you're going to flip over. But, oh no, we have a counterbalance. We can turn, and we're going to stay upright. So this is great fun for ripping around the map. You can go over small chunks of land, as long as they're not too high up in the air, or else they'll just launch you into the air. This is great for ripping around the island. Right, racing around in a couple of these, if you dare. Take shortcuts over the land. Ooh, got a little bit of bounce happening there. Get gutsy coming in between here. Yeah, real fun. For only 2 hovers, high speed. Great for racing around the islands. Can't go over that rock. That one's a wee bit big. Just a wee bit. Yeah, that's real fun. The Hyper Hover. That is on the shop as well. So if you're looking for some high-speed hover action, grab yourself one of these puppies. Modify it to whatever colors you want. It's kind of balanced properly, so I don't know if you want to add too much more to it. If you do, then definitely try and keep it balanced. Might need to change the strength of your helicopter engines for your steering. If you add more weight. Oh man, sometimes you can get good air off of small rocks, but that's a little big. That's a little big. Or trying to launch from in the air. Yeah, it just goes right into the drink. Not a good idea. All right, back to the spawn point. Alright, so this next build is something I've been working on for a long time, and finally made it work. I've always wanted to make missiles that, like real missiles, when a jet launches a missile, the missile takes off a lot faster than the jet. It's got to catch the jet chasing, right? It's got to move way faster than flight. So trying to make that with jets in Trailmakers or with thrusters in Trailmakers is almost impossible because you're flying with the same powered thrusters that you can put on any missile or rocket that you can launch, especially from a plane. So I finally find a way to make missiles that move faster than flight. Now again, this is taking advantage of the glitch, the UFO engines, because just like a normal rocket, you see the video up here on how to build a missile. You can apply that same build technique to using the UFO engines, and you can make some really fast missiles. So I put them on this plane here, and again, it's up near 500, over 500 complexity, so I can't make it much bigger. It's got 2 missiles on it. And here, I'll show you what it's called. This is available on the shop as well. This is called the Thunderbolt with 2 lightning strike missiles. So in space is our thrust. 1 and 2 is what launches our missiles. So we'll just get some air here. This is actually a pretty decent bomber, the plane itself. It's pretty stable. So let's say our target was going to be that big curved wall with the arrows on it there in the distance. So again, hopefully you can get good at this, fairly good at this. So we're going to come like this. We're going to hit number 1. Really? Of course. That's just because you're watching. Okay, let's try number 2. That's what I'm talking about. See that? Just gone, man. And within about 2 seconds, it leaves your render view completely. Alright, let's go respawn here. I'm going to take off. I'm going to try that again. something wasn't right. Something wasn't right with missile number 1. Mechanic! Get that technician in here. Fix these damn missiles. Alright. I want to try and launch them when we're flat, at least. Again, they are the UFO engines, so they do have that weird, bizarre behavior. Let's go 1 and 2 together. 1, 2. They're explosive too, by the way. Can you tell? That's really strange. This is very strange. Let me see something. 4 seconds. All right, let's try this again. This thing, you got to jump in and jump out, and then jump back in, and that actually turns off the hover pads. So, do a quick test here. 1, 2. Gandhi. Alright. Respawn, rearm, turn around. Hey Debs, you want to make the spawn point so we can actually be facing a decent direction when we spawn in? That would be great. So, we're going to get into the air here. Up and away, my beautiful bomber. Alright, that's it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. See, I'll launch them out here towards nothing and they'll probably work just fine. Yeah, look at that. No problem. The nice thing with these missiles too is, like that one there, see that? Thrusters don't work in the water. UFO engines do. But yeah, that's what I've been building with the UFO stuff. Again, this is the Thunderbolt with 2 lightning strike missiles. If you want to have a look at it, maybe work on it, see if you can get it to work better. Maybe more missiles, maybe more accurate missiles. If we had some motion trackers, we could have some heat-seeking missiles. But yeah, I think we'll leave that one here. Hope you guys enjoyed this stuff, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao.